Menstruation, period, masik, mahinawari. People have given different names to it. In some part of India, it is shameful affair, and in other parts, first menstrual cycle is celebrated. Sikkim is a magnificently beautiful state of India, and its people are welcoming and outspoken. Gangtok, the capital of Sikkim, is an educational hub and heart of Sikkim. But the status of menstrual education and hygiene is questionable not just in Sikkim but throughout India. Mark, the place where people come together from different places have different views on menstruation.
Menstruation hunदा त सबैलाई अब पेन हुन्छ हैन अब के भन्नु हामीले अब menstruation हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ अब हामीले प्याडहरु युज गर्नुपर्छ हैन त्यहाँदेखि अन्त अब हामीले जब त्यो प्याड युज गरेर हामीले त्यो प्याड त्यतिकै फ्याक्नु हुँदैन त्यसलाई पखाल्नुपर्छ ब्लड पखालेर गर्नुपर्छ
अच्छा अब यो त अब नर्मली हुने कुरा नै हो है अब पिरियडली अब मन्थली हुने कुरा नेचुरली कुरा नै हो यसमा त अब त्यस्तो के अब नर्मल नै कुरा हो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ
প্রত্যেকটা ফিমেলের জন্যই এটা ঠিক আছে সেরকম বেসিক্যালি সেরকম কিছু আইডিয়া নেই ঠিক আছে কিন্তু জানা যায় প্রত্যেকটা ফিমেলের জন্য এটা একটা মানে খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা জিনিস না এটা আমার
না এটা তো জানা নেই
त्यो क्वेशन त कसरी जेन्स हामीलाई त त्यति साह्रो नलेज छैन नि त
अननेचुरल हो कि त्यसमा अरू भन्छ कि त्यसमा चाहिँ नसक्छ
Menstruation is a hot topic throughout India due to taboos and myths attached to it. One of the major reasons behind it is lack of knowledge about what menstruation is and why do women menstruate.
Menstrual cycle is one of the most important things in a woman's physiological life because that is the only process through which progeneration can take place. So a healthy and normal menstrual cycle is important not just for the menstrual purpose itself but also for having a healthy child or to increase the chances of fertility in a woman. Every menstrual cycle the uterus prepares itself for accepting the baby, the pregnancy. That's why menstruation is sometimes called the weeping of a disappointed uterus. So when menstruation occurs, all the tissues that had been prepared for the accepting the baby is washed out of the body, it leaves the body, and after that the regeneration starts. So we basically divide the menstrual cycle in three parts. Proliferative phase, that is the phase just after the menstruation, in which the lining rebuilds itself. Then once around when the egg ruptures, ovulates, we call it ovulation. After that the uterus prepares itself for the baby, that is the secretory phase. And finally if there is no pregnancy then the endometrium, which is now thick, it sheds itself, third phase, menstruation. One of the main reasons for the girls having early puberty, there are two reasons. It's not scientifically proven but there are some theories, and two of the theories are: number one, the use of more refined food, that is one thing. Number two, and quite important, is the use of blue light or the lights at night. We are supposed to sleep at night, and many of the hormones which are released, especially a hormone which actually delays puberty, sexual maturation, that is released from the pineal gland and it is released during night. Now what happens, because of the inventions and developments, we have light throughout the night, especially mobiles and TV lights. Those are the two lights which are harming the children too much. Because of their use, especially at night, the natural diurnal cycle, it varies, and the pineal gland is no longer secreting as much amount of hormone which is required to actually delay the sexual maturation as before, and that in fact hastens the puberty.
Menstrual taboos and myths plays a role of veil. It hides the topic of menstruation from the society, making it shameful affair. Even in 21st century, there are taboos that are prevalent and are being followed in our society.
त्यति बेला त केटाकेटी अब पहिलाको केटाकेटी हामीहरू त सिधै थियौँ हो के कति कुरा यादै भएन अब हामीले त गाउँतिरै लगेर राख्यो अब खै कसको घरमा राख्यो अब गाउँतिरै लगेर 22 दिन चाहिँ राख्यो हामीलाई त्यहाँ राखेर चाहिँ 22 दिनमा चाहिँ नुहाइधुवाइ गरेर चाहिँ अन्त घरमा ल्यायो हामीलाई बाउआमाले यस्तो खानापिना पकाउनु हुँदैन यस्तो तुलफुल पनि छुनु हुँदैन केही पनि भनेर चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ अब अलग्गै राख्थ्यो नि त त्यति बेलाको त जमानै अर्कै थियो पिछेका पाली 1 महिना पछाडि हुँदा नि फेरि लग्यो फेरि अर्काकै घरमा राखेको 5 दिन
फर्स्ट पिरियड हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई त पुरा डर लागेर रुएर हो त्यहाँदेखि एक्साइटेड भएको थिइनँ पुरा डर लागिरहेको थियो हो अन्त त्यहाँदेखि चाहिँ अब घरमा फर्स्ट पाली हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ घरमा बस्नु हुँदैन भन्नुभयो हो त्यहाँदेखि चाहिँ उकालो मेरो फुपूको घरमा लगेर राखिदिनु भयो फुपूकोमा पनि 16 वर्षको थिएँ म त्यतिखेर अनि फुपूकोमा पनि त्यो खाने भाँडाकुँडाहरू भिन्दै हुन्थ्यो म त 15 दिन बसेँ सुत्नेहरू पनि भिन्दै हुन्थ्यो त्यो खाटमै सुत्नु पर्थ्यो तर त्यो सुतेको लुगाहरू पनि अर्कै हुनु पर्थ्यो
Yes, there are many taboos. Especially in Nepali family, there's because it is considered bad blood, you are considered impure while you are menstruating. So what actually you are told is that once you start menstruating, you have stopped being pure. As a child, you are considered pure. Once you start menstruating, you are impure. And in Nepal, actually, they send the menstruating women to live in a separate hut during the time of their periods. Even in our families, our societies, in families around us, we have women where there are so many restrictions on entering the kitchen, on worshipping, on cooking food, on actually bathing their hair, washing hair during this time. These are all myths because it is neither a bad blood, and if it is impure blood, if it is bad blood, then every single human being is produced of that bad blood.
Indrakala Sarma, founder of NGO Nepali Sanskriti Samrakshan Sangh, is working to preserve Nepali culture, and she believes that these taboos are part of Nepali culture and it should be preserved.
कतिवटा कुरामा चाहिँ हामीले त्यो छेकथुन गरेरै राख्नुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ त्यो गर्यो भने यदि हामीले त्यो गरेनौं भने नानीहरूले त्यतिबेला गएर पूजा गर्छन् त्यतिबेला घरको सब कुराहरू छोइदिन्छन् गर्दा घरको कुल या घरको देवी देवताहरू पनि रिसाउँछन् भन्ने त यो प्रमाणै छ अन्त त्यो हुँदा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने अब हाम्रो सन्तानको पतन भएर जान्छ यो चाहिँ एकदम धेरै ठाउँमा हामीले देखेका छौं जुन घरमा यो नियम पालन गरिँदैन जुन घरमा यो नियम पालन नगरेर घरमा छुवाछुत भइरहेको छ बाउआमासँग हिँडिरहेको छ सबै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसमा कतिवटा कुरा चाहिँ हाम्रो हिन्दू धर्मावलम्बीमा चाहिँ मैले पाएकी छु
Today, young generation and parents are cautious regarding eradication of taboos associated with menstruation.
हैन यो त मान्छे के अब आफै बनाएको हो मान्छेले नै आफै नै बनाएको हो यो त्यसैकै त्यो हुँदैखेरि पनि त्यो फुलहरू छुँदाखेरि त्यो कुइने त्यस्तोहरू केही पनि लाग्दैन मलाई त्यस्तो चाहिँ मलाई पिरियड चाहिँ 2020 देखि नै भएको थियो अन्त पिरियड्स फर्स्ट हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ अलिकति डर टाइपको लागेको थियो आई क्राइड हैन त्यतिबेला चाहिँ अन्त घरमा आएर मम्मीलाई फर्स्ट भनेको थिए त्यहाँदेखि मम्मीले भन्यो मम्मी शी वाज लाफिङ मम्मी चाहिँ उ चाहिँ हाँस्नु भयो हैन अनि she was telling that अब ठुलो भएछ she was telling like that no so then it was normal मम्मी र दिदीले भन्नु भएको थियो अगाडि नै उनीहरूले भन्नुभएको थियो गर्ल्स प्रब्लम हो नेचुरली हो यो कुराहरू त्यसको लागि केही शर्माउनै पर्दैन अब यो नेचुरली हो भएन भने तिमीलाई केही डिजिज टाइपको हुन सक्छ भनेर भन्नुभएको थियो खासै घरमा बस्नु दिदैन तर बोजूले चाहिँ माथि फुपूको घरमा जानु भन्ने थियो अनि मम्मीले चाहिँ घरमै बस्नु पर्दैन माथि फ्लोरमा बस्नु भन्नुभएको थियो अन्त म घरमै बसे तर किचन पस्नु हुँदैन भनेर भन्नुभएको थियो पहिलेदेखि चल्दै आएको चलन हो त्यसरी सोध्दाखेरि चेन्ज हुँदैन भनेर भन्नुभएको थियो मलाई त्यसैले त्यो रियल रिजन चाहिँ मलाई भन्नुभएको छैन
मलाई बार्ने चलन चाहिँ मन पर्दैन किन भन्नु नि केटीहरू सबैको नेचुरल हो नि यो त बार्ने त कुरै छैन नि त यो अब यो बारेर चाहिँ झन् केटीहरूलाई त्यतिखेर चाहिँ झन् सपोर्टिङ गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ यसरी बार्यो भने त केटीहरूलाई त अन्त कहाँ राम्रो हुँदैन नि त अब त्यतिखेर चाहिँ अब नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ खानेकुरामा ध्यान दिनु पर्यो उनीहरूको साफ सफाइमा ध्यान दिनु पर्यो अनि त्यतिखेर बारेर छुवाछुत गरेर अलग्गै राख्यो भने त त्यो नानीहरूलाई त केयर नै पुग्दैन त्यतिखेर मेन्सुरेसनमा केयर पुगेन भने नानीहरूको फेरि कति थोक प्रब्लम हुन्छ बिमारहरू हुन्छ त्यही भएर बारेको चाहिँ मलाई मन परेन बार्नु पनि हुँदैन यो त नेचुरल हो नि त
Other than menstrual taboos, menstrual hygiene is a topic of discussion in the hilly regions. According to researcher, scarcity of water and bad condition of toilet are the main reason behind unhygienic menstrual practices. An improper disposal of menstrual waste is major issue that cannot be ignored.
Improper use of sanitary napkins, improper disposal. Now for the girl herself, if she is not changing her pads frequently, she may develop some skin infections. That is the commonest because blood and wet conditions, those are a very good breeding ground for all sorts of bacteria and fungi. Changing the pads regularly is a must. If she is using tampon and a tampon is left behind inside the body for more than 24 hours or 48 hours, that becomes a huge problem. Sometimes that is a nearly fatal condition also. But though I have rarely seen those types of cases, but yes, it does cause a bacterial infection inside the uterus. Now, repeated infections can again lead to infertility later on in life. But dermatitis, fungal infections, vulvitis, these are the common problems which occur because of lack of menstrual hygiene. Actually, we need any absorbent piece of thing. It could be cloth, it could be cotton, it could be a sanitary napkin, it could be a tampon, and it could be, as the latest things are coming, menstrual cups. But the thing is, clothes can be used, but the clothes should be washed and dried in sunlight. What usually happens is, because it is considered impure and the girls are made to feel embarrassed and ashamed of the fact that they are menstruating, so these clothes, they are not shown to anyone. They are washed and they are usually dried in hidden corners. Because of that, the infection does not go away. They may consist of some amount of blood which, if they had been exposed to sunlight, would not have been there. How many places have you seen where there are separate bins for menstrual waste? Nowhere. So what we do, where do our menstrual waste go? It goes into the solid waste, garbage. And where does that go? That goes into the landfill. Landfill, you have insects, you have that breeds because it has blood. The woman may be infected. She may be having some infection like HIV. That too can be transmitted through those landfills. Ideally, these should be incinerated. How many places do we incinerate our pads, our sanitary napkins? Rarely. So that causes pollution for the society, environment. So those are the two major problems. Now the latest option, menstrual cups, those are relatively better because they are reusable. Reuse the same product again and again for a longer time. So the number of menstrual waste that is going to the landfill will decrease.
To bring change in the mindset and to eradicate menstrual taboos, awareness and education are two important factors.
The main problem with our educating people about menstrual hygiene is that we focus on women. Whereas women in most of our families are not the decision makers. Who should be actually educated, not just the women, but the males of the society too. The boys, when they are young, they should be educated what menstruation means, how should a girl who is menstruating be taken care of, what she needs, what should be provided for her. And in most of our families, these decisions are all taken by males, and males are unaware of these things and they try to brush it off. They try to behave as if they are not concerned with all these things. Most important thing that I feel is that the education should be targeting both the boys as well as the girls.
Change comes with time, and today, male member of our society is speaking about menstruation without any hesitation. They are one step ahead to break the menstrual taboos.
प्रत्येक लेडिसलाई हुने नै एउटा यो प्राकृतिक एउटा प्रभाव हो, यो एउटा नेचुरल नै एउटा भन्छ, यसलाई भन्छ। त्यो हिसाबले हेर्छु म त एउटा खासैमा यो बार्नु पर्ने कुरा होइन यो, हैन? यो एउटा बाउ छोरीमा पनि यो कुरा शेयर हुनुपर्छ। यस्तो कुराहरू छोरीलाई पिरियड भएको छ भने बाउले कोही छ घरमा आमा छैन भनेदेखि त्यो छोरीलाई बाउले पनि केयर गर्न सक्छ। त्यस्तो यसमा बार्नु पर्ने त्यस्तो छुवाछुत भन्ने कुरा हुँदैन। यसमा
मन्थली पिरियड भएको टाइममा अलिकति हामी केटा मान्छेले पनि है बुझ्नुपर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ। पहिलाको समयहरूतिर हो भने चाहिँ अब एकदम केटाले थाहै नपाउनु है, घरको कोही बाउ माइतीले याद नपाओस् है, एकदम गुप्तमा राख्ने गर्थे चेलीबेटीले पनि। अनि त्यो टाइममा खानापिना चियाहरू केही पनि नबनाउने, किचनमै नपस्ने, त्यस्तो खालको एउटा थियो पुर्खादेखि है मानेर आएको। तर अहिले जहाँसम्म हामीलाई लाग्छ है, अनि त्यो टाइममा हामीले त्यस्तो गरेर घरबाट बाहिर भएको जस्तो, टाढिएको जस्तो, किचनमा आउनै नदिएर, त्यस्तो चाहिँ अलिकति गलत लाग्छ है। किनभने अलिकति उहाँहरूलाई हाम्रो तर्फबाट त्यो समयमा हेपाइत भएको जस्तो लाग्छ। अनि त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ हामीले उहाँहरूलाई केयरिङ गर्नुपर्ने जस्तो मलाई जहाँसम्म लाग्छ है।
Suresh Lohar, what Panchayat of Namin has set one vision for his village, to make his village clean and healthy. He is further working to minimize the menstrual waste generated in the village.
तरै भए पनि यो के हुँदो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले यहाँनिर हामीले होइसरी प्याडहरू बनाएर बजारबाट जुन लिएर युज गरेर हामीले फ्याँक्नुपर्ने त अन्तिम डम्पिङमै हो। त्यसले गर्दा डम्पिङमा पनि त्यो मैलाहरू जाँदाखेरि कतिवटा त्यो हानिकारक कतिवटा बिमारीहरू हुँदो रहेछ है। अन्त त्यसले गर्दा हामीले फ्युचरमा चाहिँ अब हाम्रो प्लान के छ भने यो प्याडहरू बनिन्छ, हामीले चाहिँ एउटा कपडाकै जति पनि हामीले राम्रो कपडाको बनाएर गाउँमै एसएचजीको मार्फत उहाँहरूले बनाएर चाहिँ बजारबाट किनेर ल्याउनु भन्दा चाहिँ कपडाकै हामीले युज गर्नु सक्यौँ भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई फेरि धुई पखाली राम्रोसँग गरेर एउटा रियुज गऱ्यौँ भने चाहिँ हामीले जुन हामीले त्यो मैला डम्पिङमा फ्याल्नुपर्ने मैला चाहिँ त्यो मैला पनि हाम्रो यता नै त्यो सल्भ हुन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्यो। डम्पिङमा मैला पनि एकदमै कम्ती हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्यो। अनि हाम्रो फ्युचरमा हामीले प्लान त्यही प्रकारले नै गरेको छौँ।
As Dalai Lama said, real change in this society must start from individual initiative. Miss Yuden Bhutia, a menstrual educator, has taken an initiative at her personal level to educate young individuals on menstruation.
In a personal level, I work as a menstrual educator. I've been conducting sessions in different schools, colleges, and communities. When we take sessions, we actually have a ice-breaking session, okay, where we ask the students about their first periods and where we ask them how they take care of their menstrual hygiene and health. The responses from the school students are much better than the sessions we have in the community levels because what we have understood so far is the students are open about these ideas now, because when we talk to them about menstruation, when we talk to them about periods, the boys, even the boys are more open to the ideas, you know, and when we conduct sessions, they are very, very, you know, approachable. They even ask questions and, you know, like they want to know what exactly is menstrual hygiene. The students, they come forward and they ask themselves, Ki, what is the menstrual biology, ma'am? And they've also asked, you know, what they can do, what can they do from their side to help the girls, to help the sisters, you know, when they are going through menstruation, when they are going through periods. So basically, I think in schools right now, the students are more open to these ideas. They are advocating about this. So I do not think in Sikkim, in general, the students are, you know, like all shy about this topic, or they do not want to talk about this topic. It is not like that. I do not think so. That's the thing.
Lot of works are happening throughout every corner of our country. But is it enough? Still, young generation is bound to taboos and myths due to lack of menstrual education and limited parental guidance. Everyone talks about women empowerment. Now let's talk about menstrual health and hygiene.